Well, A Current Affair does lots of things, but the thing we love best is giving people a hand. It gives us light to counter some of the darker days that we see on this show. Over 17 years, I've been lucky enough to be involved in rescue renovations for very worthy families.
3, 2, 1!
Open your eyes.
Oh my God!
I need you to bring me home.
Hello, I am Tracy Grimshaw and welcome to this very special edition of A Current Affair. Boy, do we have a treat for you.
Tracy's hosted many of TV's fantastic feel-good moments.
I just couldn't believe that the house was our house and it just looked so beautiful.
From behind the desk
It's the largest home renovation ever seen on Australian television.
and front lawns.
Coming to you live from the home of fallen police officer Bryson Anderson.
In her unique way,
It is a story about the very best of human spirit and compassion.
Trace has sprinkled hope on what seemed like a hopeless situation.
We hope that we've given you, a bright future, and that was what this was all about, because you've been through a rough time.
For those people in need,
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Have a look.
ACA's renovation rescues have been as stunning as a proud host's smile.
I can't wait to go home. I can't wait to see it.
Vanessa Hardacre, mum of 3, lost loving husband Mark in a Fijian holiday boating accident. The tragedy left them living in a rundown home in Sydney's west.
You got a pool!
Until tradies and volunteers rebuilt it for free.
What a phenomenal effort. 2 weeks, remember that, 2 weeks.
Talk about life-changing moments.
Georgia, what do you love best?
My ensuite.
Georgia is now 19 and has just finished her first year of study. Her brothers Sam and Jake are also doing well at high school.
Look at that bed.
Vanessa told us the house hasn't changed one bit and she can still watch ACA from the bath. On the West Coast,
Coming to you tonight from Perth.
Tracy met Steph Stevens, mum of Ollie, who lost her husband Ryan in a tragic accident only to then lose her home to a cruel bank.
A small army of volunteers and some familiar faces from the block joined forces to give Steph and her little boy a new home. Here's how they did it.
Trace's TV touch calming,
Has it restored your faith in human beings?
Massively.
while also staying on message.
Please write a will, write a
Yeah.
will, write a will. Yes?
Big time.
Steph rebuilt her life.
So beautiful.
She met Ben, and now Ollie has a little brother, Oakley, born 3 months ago.
It's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
In the field, Trace brought viewers closer.
We know that there's a vital ingredient missing here. We know that, and we can't fill that hole, but we can make the rest of their lives kick off a little easier. We can give them some good news after some really awful news. We can do that.
And while not on the tools as much as she might have liked,
It's not as easy as it looks.
once the sawdust had settled, for us ACA reporters, tradies and volunteers, TG's beaming face let us know we'd nailed it.
Okay, now Brad, is this an Australian record, do you think?
Nothing will top it. Nothing.
Well, I think we'll have to top it somehow.
Well, maybe the next one, but
We'll
yeah.
work on
See
the
how we
next
go.
one. Well, the credit for those builds doesn't go to me, it goes to our office. And also, the lead builder in most of those renos was Brad Trethowan, and he joins me now. Brad, it's always good to talk with you. Those jobs were so special, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can't top it. They were special. I mean, in a nutshell, we were changing people's lives. I mean, these people, they went through some pretty bad hardship, financially, emotionally, everything, and we've come in and we put a smile back on their faces. They probably hadn't smiled in years, but after we did the reveal, it just totally changed everything, and their lives had meaning again. It was great.
It is incredible. I've watched you work on those renos, Brad, and I've seen you work around the clock, and I've seen you put your heart and soul into it. And not just you, I mean, the volunteer tradies who have brought themselves in from around the country. They travel interstate, they sleep in their cars, they put their heart and soul into it. I mean, they get the credit too, don't they?
Oh, big time. I mean, they dropped everything to be on these shows just to help someone else in need. All credit to these guys. There was guys coming from out of state. They were driving hundreds of kilometres just to be on the show to help this family, multiple families. For them to drop everything and just do whatever they could to change someone else's life, I mean, all credit to them. These guys were fantastic. Suppliers, tradies, everyone.
Yes, that's right, the suppliers. I mean, gosh, you built a house in 2 weeks. You knocked down an old house and you built a new house in 2 weeks. Can you believe to this day that you did that?
Yep. That was the biggest one. I can't believe we actually did it. We're actually given 14 days was our task. We did it in 13 days, so we actually beat it by 1 day. Now, we're talking about a huge house. It was 4-bedroom home plus study, had 3 bathrooms, like 2 en-suites. We dropped a in-ground pool in. It was incredible. But I tell you what, Trace, I mean, yes, we changed so many lives when it comes to the reno shows, but you changed so many other lives too.